Hey, it's Chris from Chappell Customs here again, and this time we got two 2016 Street 750s in the shop. Both of these are getting a Brat conversion, so the Brat is a little different than the Cafe seat that we did last time. It's a flat seat design, new wheels, knobbier tires, kind of like a dirt bike bar, and we have a whole kit for this. It's actually kind of cool. We'll show you how it works. To do a Brat seat on this bike, I've already taken all the stuff off. This hoop needs to be removed. You can leave everything else on the bike. Cafe seats, we cut these off. You can leave it alone. Basically, we're removing this piece just because it gets in the way of a flat seat. Now, the problem you're going to notice is the frame is severely curved. So what we did, we made this really cool frame leveler. So this is going to fit in. It's going to bolt to the seat actually, but it's going to level this frame out. So now we can put any seat we want on it if we cut this off, and you pretty much got a straight frame. So the idea is, imagine that was cut off. The seat's going to fit. It's actually going to bolt to that thing we made, so it'll sit nice and flat when it's done. We also made this really cool little fender that's going to go on first. So you got a nice little fender, it covers all the frame rails. Your seat's going to go on, sit down flat on this. The license plate bracket that's included as well bolts to the bottom. So you're gonna have your license plate, your light, your little fender. You can put a light here, you can put a bag here, whatever you want, but we left a little bit of room so you could put a nice round stoplight or something cool. Even a little bag would be kind of cool, maybe a rack of some sort, but when it's all done, the struts go back on the side, it covers all this nice stuff, and everything looks the same. Usually this also gets painted the same color as your bike. So for this, we'll probably do blue, you know, maybe add a stripe. I think we're going to do it a white stripe on this bike, so we'll figure that out later. But the idea is you got 4 pieces that come with this kit. It includes the light as well, and it's not that difficult. Basically unbolt a few things and chop this thing off. In order to do the Brat seat on this bike, we're going to remove this piece of the frame. So we're going to get in here with a saw, and we're going to cut this right across here. And just to take this one piece off, we'll clean it up and paint it with some proper frame paint. And then we're going to also remove these big, ugly signals. So the new signals we're going to be using are a nice small set of signals that we use. And it looks like this. This is just a nice little signal. It's steel, it's not plastic. And we're going to put holes in the fairing on either side. And we're going to mount the signals right into the front fairing, nice and clean, and it's not going to be too bulgy. And then we're going to actually be painting this fairing, so we have a complete set of color match blue Harley Davidson paint. It's 3 parts and all the cool stuff to make it happen. So the good news is this bike is getting Renthal dirt bike style handlebars, so I don't have to relocate all these wires finally. Last time we had to relocate the cables and brake hoses and things like that, but the new bars will be in a similar area to where those are, but just look a whole lot cooler, you know. Okay, to remove this piece, you can use a cutoff wheel on a grinder or whatever you want. You could probably use a hacksaw if you had to, but basically that's what this is. I'm just going to chop it off and clean it up after. Okay, so basically that's it. Somehow get it off, grind this down nice and flat, smooth it out, paint it, and you're now obviously good to go. That's the first coat of base coat. We're going to do one more coat and then clear coat. Okay, I also went ahead and masked this off and painted the frame. So it's got a coat of base black and a coat of clear coat, and it should be good to go tomorrow. Probably be dry in a couple hours, but should be good to go tomorrow. We'll color match this fender while we're at it, so we have a little bit of blue at the back of the bike also. Sand it down, paint it. Okay, also on the Brat style bike, we're going to be taking off these bars and probably mirrors and everything else, and we're going to be using a set of Renthal, like a dirt bike bar. These are kind of cool because you can take the crossbar off if you want, and it's a nice alloy, pretty thick aluminum, so it's going to be a nice little bar for this, and it's going to give you a good riding position still. So it should be a comfortable bike, and you can still put 2 people on this thing. So let's get started. Good to me. Okay, this is the license plate bracket that goes on first. It's going to bolt up underneath here. In order to keep this thing from turning all over the place, we drill 1 extra hole, and we're going to run a bolt through, and then when you put the fender on, the second bolt goes through. So basically there's 2 bolts holding this thing on when it's all said and done. We're also going to run the LED light on here, so in order to do that we need to drill the holes for the wiring on this. We didn't drill them because not everybody needs the LED. Some people want to use a stoplight. So basically it's cleaner without holes in it if you're not going to use the LED. Okay, wiring's all done. It runs under the battery box. So along the frame rail, under the battery box, and then when we're done we're going to put the screws back in here. And it comes out here and it connects to the stock harness with the stock connectors. We used these off the stock signals and stuff that was on the back plastic fender. So then we can probably bolt the rear fender on now for good, and that'll stay on and shouldn't have to come off for any reason. The new flat seat's going to mount to these 2 holes here. So when you're done, the seat has a relief in it. You can reach your hand up here, put the 2 bolts in, tighten them down. For the back, you can reuse one of these longer bolts that used to go in here for this one, but you might want to find a nicer looking bolt. You know, go to the hardware store and find a nice chrome button head or something, depending on what color your bike is. Hey, the computer used to sit up here on a big plastic thing, remember? We got rid of all of that, so we put the computer back in. And what's going to happen with this is it's going to sit under the seat here, tie it down to the wiring that's already there, and it can't move, and it's going to be under our tray anyway. So the blue bike is getting some white wheels and some cool blue accents and stuff, so we're going to be cutting some white pinstripes to match it. So we do that right here as well. Alright, so these are the custom pinstripes that I came up with. They go down the whole tank. And what we're doing now is cutting them on the plotter. Hard to see, but it's working. And we'll peel it all off when it's done. Cool. Okay, the stickers are cut. Now I got to peel off all the backing. Can't see it. It's really hard to see on white. So the idea is, if it worked, okay, like that. Okay, the new bars are on, and we decided to make our own bar pad cover. Instead of using the stock Renthal one, this will match the seat that we're using. And we're changing the grips out to these driven gel grips. The new seat is finished and on the bike. So this is the Brat style seat with a fender attached and room for a light or whatever you want to put there. Okay, so we are putting the struts back on the side here. If you can see, there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be covered, so when you put these back on, it's going to clean everything up nicely. So it should look pretty good. I'm still waiting on the new wheels for this thing with the big knobby tires, but in the meantime we gave it a bit of a rise here with some adjustable length shocks. So we're at about 13.5 inches here, maybe a little bit more than that, but these are okay shocks. I mean, I think they're Chinese, but I had them here and they seem to work. Gives us a whole lot more room to fit these big tires on. I also found this trick little LED running and stop light. We're gonna add this here as well. It's gonna be kind of cool, so I'm just gonna wire this in. I just took the wheels off. The new wheels should be here any second. So once the new wheels get here, we'll put it up here and show you what you're doing. Here's a new fork brace. It's hard to see here, but it's got our new logo on it. Nice. So wheels are coming. We'll get them on here in a second. Okay, so we just put the wheels on the bike. I didn't have time to grab the camera, but you get the idea. Wheels are on the bike. These are pretty badass wheels. This is 17 on the back. We went with like a 150/70, and it's a 19 on the front, and some pretty knobby tires here, so it's a pretty badass looking Brat bike. It's hard to get a good picture, but I'll get some pictures in a minute here.